This Beyblade has an ability equivalent to a real-life anime power. This Beyblade is called Dronzer G from the Beyblade Plastic generation. In battle, if the two tabs on this Beyblade gets hit, it will activate a thing called an engine gear. When activated, the Beyblade's tip will rotate at extremely high speeds. Let's look into what an engine gear is. It's a part that's basically attached to the tip, which has a lot of gears in it. You have to rev it up with a thing called the winder that you had back then. You'll know when to stop revving up once you hear that big click sound. And then if you want to activate it, all you have to do is press this little white button. But of course, you can't do that in battles, so you have this thing called the blade base where you attach your engine gear onto. First, you have to pull out the tabs on this Beyblade, and then that's when you can start revving your Beyblade up. Now let me demonstrate to you guys how this would work in battle. You'd launch your Beyblade, and once it got a bit weaker, if the blade base did get hit like in here, your engine gear will activate and then your tip starts rotating in extremely high speeds, which will give your Beyblade more stamina and power. Now let's do some battles against another engine gear Beyblade called Drasil G. The metal tip on this Beyblade is actually a bit different from the other engine gear Beyblade. This one actually has a metal pointy tip, which the engine gear will pretty much act as a reserve of power when it's low on stamina. As you can see here, Drasil's spin is slowly slowing down, but as the engine gear activates, it gives the... Now let's do some battles. In this battle, try to hear for when the engine gear activates. Engine gears are probably my most favorite ability concept in Beyblade. There's only a couple of things that come close to the engine gear concept, which one is the final drive tip in the Metal Saga, or the ultimate reboot or the reboot driver in the Burst Saga. Both final drive and ultimate reboot gives speed and power upon activation, but it's really done in two different ways, as the final reboot concept basically gives the Beyblade two tips, while engine gears basically make your own tips spin in extremely high rotations. Some Burst fans might also compare this to the Ignite driver in Beyblade Burst. But the main difference between engine gears and the Ignite driver is that the Ignite driver actually uses electricity for it to activate. And another cool thing is that there are a lot of other types of engine gears out there. There are engine gears that will activate upon launch. And there are other engine gears that can use the stadium to rev up instead of a winder. So yeah, that's why I like engine gears. They're just so unique in general, and these Beyblades were made around 20 years ago. They were pretty advanced for the time that they were in. That's why I would kind of call it as a real-life anime power, because it's actually a short burst of speed and power when the Beyblade needs it most. So what do you guys think of engine gear Beyblades? Are these cool to you, and would you get one personally? Let me know in the comments.